Hey everyone, welcome to this Path Soul Path reading, this week's Soul Path reading. I have about 1,000 things going on in my mind, which is so reflected in the astrology this week. There's something going on every single day this week. It is action packed. I can't wait to jump into that with you, give you a good feel for what's going to go on astrologically, what you can expect from the weather. Then we'll jump into our 3 card tarot spread. There's a pretty specific message this week. It's funny when it's this clear. So that'll be really fun to jump into. Highly recommend that you listen to all 3 cards just because they dovetail together so nicely. Maybe start with the one that most resonates and then just sort of trust your intuition on that one. Um, yeah. And we'll see how this goes. So let's jump in right away with all the astros. I made notes because, like, it's insane. It's crazy. 14th, Mercury sextiles Uranus. 15th, Mercury moves into Aries. This is it. This is this really massive go energy. If that wasn't enough, 16th, Mars is sextiling Pluto. This is a planet of transformation and changes. 17th is a new moon in Aries. And Mercury's conjunct Neptune. This is like a cosmic reset. I'm going to dive into more on that too. 18th, Mercury sextiles Pluto's, which is like more endings in death. And the 20th, Sun is in Taurus. There's even more than that, but I just don't want to inundate my brain or yours with too many details. So let's jump into the broad strokes of this. Yeah, before we do though, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I'm so happy to see you. If you find value in these, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I feel like I'm one away from 300. So hit that sub button if you hadn't. Hit the notifications so you don't miss a single episode. Let's talk about the astrology, you guys. I want to anchor this actually with the new moon in Aries because that's going to be like our overarching theme for everything else that's going on. Everything is sort of a lead up or a support for that. New moons, stainless moments, new beginnings. Aries, this is it. Aries is the first, it's the beginning of the zodiac wheel. This is where everything begins. We've had so much energy moving into Aries, so many planets moving direct. When Mercury goes in there on the 15th, I think that completes everybody that's going to. We're all going to be direct, and we have this action-packed Mars energy that is begging you to do the thing. The time for rehearsal is over. The time for waffling back and forth is over. It's time now to like just get out there and be consistent and use that energy that you might have bubbling up in you instead of trying to like om and zen it away. Use it, catalyze it into fuel to move yourself into the dreams that you want to build. One of the big themes that's coming up, not only with the planets, but also with the cards, is the potency of our thoughts, the potency of your focus. And what's really like prevalent right now, astrologically speaking, energetically, is like calling your awareness, calling your attention to where are you looking? What are you hyper fixated on? This shows up with my clients, my cleaning clients as well, because there's 2 different kinds of people. There's the kind that come home, they smell the clean, and they start to just allow themselves to experience the clean. They look for the clean, right? Then I have other clients that come in, they smell the clean, and then they get busy looking to like see what didn't get done. It's just a mindset shift, right? But the ones that are seeking to find what isn't really working particularly well are very hard to please. No matter how awesome of a job I do, there's always something missing. There's always something their wish had got done. And so the joy of coming in and being, inundated with this clean smell and like feeling the energy that I've filled the space with this flow and this lightness. Instead, they're like disregarding all that and looking for the little nitpicky things. And if that's how you going through life, if you feel tense, if you feel stressed, if you feel like you're not blessed, I challenge you to have a look at your thinking, because all of our lives are filled with challenge. All of our lives are filled with places that got missed in the clean. It's not like there's certain people that just have some sort of magical free pass where their lives have no challenge. We all have challenge. The difference is, are you focusing on what's working? Are you focusing on where your blessings are? Are you focusing on maybe what needs shifting or change, but you're like solution focused about it. So rather than fixating on the problem, you're like, there's the problem. And immediately your mind gets to work with, okay, cool. What's the solution for that? This is the kind of energy that this whole Aries gamut of juju is asking you into. And it's asking you to get really clear about what needs to go. What is in your life that is, it's clutter, it's emotional clutter, it's physical clutter, it's relational clutter, it's a way of thinking kind of clutter. It's beliefs that there's a God that hates you, that you're inherently broken or flawed from birth. That's fucking clutter, you guys. Get rid of that. It's not serving you. And this is the stuff that is coming up. All of these long-standing beliefs, ideologies, habits, and witnessing what is in your space that's not working for you, and you're being told to get rid of it. That's what all this Pluto energy is about. The Neptune energy is like, what do you want to dream in? But you need to create space in order to allow the room for something new to come in. And another topic that came up that would really be coinciding with the Plutonian action, which there's lots of, and with that Neptune action, is like, there's two different kinds of technology. There's this kind that you and I are on, this digital stuff. And then there's like an organic kind of technology, this, the deep knowing, your inner GPS unit that I talk about all the time, our capacity to feel into people that matter to us. Like, have you ever thought of somebody and then boom, you get a text from them right away, or they call you? Like, what is that? That's a kind of organic technology that is so available for us to get really good at and hone and cultivate. But we need to create some spaciousness and some darkness and some quiet from the noise of the other kind of technology, which is like Vegas. Right? It's got bells and whistles and it's sexy and awesome. I got a new phone because my other one shit the bed. So it's got the new iOS on it. And I'm like, this is such a beautiful platform. Like, it's so easy to get sucked into technology's flash and dash and beauty, and the way AI now is building things. It's so streamlined and so pretty. I want to invite you, do not lose touch with your organic technology, and make sure that you get outside and like actually give your focus to nature, because she needs you to focus on her in order for your own, that's like the interface for your organic technology to connect with the organic server. That's God, you know? Like, yeah. So I'm not saying that AI or our technology is the devil, because I think that whole line of thinking is problematic, but do be aware that it's very addictive and to not substitute it for reality. Okay. So that's that. Let's do our little meditation before we jump into the card readings here. If it feels comfortable for you, if it feels like it'll serve, close your eyes or just get really soft, quiet eyes, relax your focus, and come to your breath. Grounding and centering, arriving in this space, feeling your butt in the seat, your brows softening, shoulders dropping from your ears and jaw. Soften, teeth unclenching. Drop your tongue down from the roof of your mouth. Breathing in, you're at peace. Breathing out, you are here. Two more of those. Breathing in, you're at peace. Breathing out, you are here. Last one. Breathing in and out. When you're ready, I invite you to blink your eyes open and pick your card. Who is standing out to you? 1, 2, or 3 today? We've got 2 that are in reverse and 1 that's upright. I actually had to check the deck and make sure I was holding it correctly. I was. We just have 2 reversed today. So if this was your selection card 1, this is what you've got: Temperance reversed. So when she shows up reversed, this is drawing your attention to where you might be overdoing something. If there's something in your life you've been really hyper focused on, or a theme, or something anyway has been dominating your life, When the temperance shows up in a reading reverse, she's asking you to do the opposite for a little bit, to seek balance. Temperance is about finding balance. It's about finding equanimity and it's about finding flow, right? So if you've been really focused on fun, maybe it's time for work. If you've been really focused on peace and ease and zen, maybe it's time to like get your shit together and do the thing. If you've been focusing on work, maybe it's time for play, right? If you've been focusing on, essentially, it's like this. If you've been highly in your yin energy, it's time to engage some yang. If you've been really yang, 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 then it's time to evoke some yin. Only you know where you're at on that scale if this was your card, but the opposite is whatever your medicine is for this week. There could also be a need for more self care around that, you know, and again, self care can show up as yin or as yang, right? It can be quiet time, yin, it can be darkness, it can be, you know, maybe go for a float, like a deprivation tank float. Maybe it's yang, maybe you need to go to the gym, maybe you need to lift some weights, maybe you need to do something really creative, right? Whatever it is that you've done too much of, do the other. That'll resolve that issue. So hopefully that lands. If you want a reading, if you want like actual detail about this, if you want to explore your chart together and deep dive, if you're looking for more balance in your life, if you're wanting to learn how to like find that inner guidance system and anchor to it and build a life from that, I would love to help you out. We can certainly create a coaching program for you if you just want a one and done reading so you can get a good feel of your gifts, talents, and what's coming up for you this year. We can absolutely do that too. You can DM me if that's easier. Alternatively, you will find a link to my calendar in both the pinned comment and in the description of the video. Okay, next. Card two. If this was your selection, this is what you've got. Two of Pentacles reversed. So, the other reverse card this week. This is about perhaps needing to release your fixed expectations. The Two of Pentacles, when it's reversed, is like, hey, be playful, dance on your, be light on your feet, like upright. See, he's like on his toes and the waves, the emotional waves are going by and he's just juggling. He's taking care of things. Reverse is like, maybe you're struggling with that. Are you struggling with going with the flow? Are you kind of white knuckling something? Are you feeling, is there maybe chaos going on in your world and you're personalizing it? Are you taking it to heart too much? Are you seeing it as some sort of personal reflection? And can you find a way to become the eye of the storm where you are in your own peaceful groundedness while crazy goes on around you? Because unless it's actively in your pay grade to fix, change, or effect change on this chaos that's going on, it's actually not your lane. As tempting as it is to get sucked into the drama and the storyline and feel like it's your job to advocate for it or to feel a bunch of anxiety or stress or indignation about what's going on, it's not actually helpful. Like, feel those feelings and then find somewhere to challenge them if you can, that is actually practical, because just sitting and seeping in your own emotional body without being able to take action because your focus is something outside your lane, it just causes your nervous system to be dysregulated and to stay dysregulated, and you're very ineffective. The human body is very ineffective when it's in a long-term aroused state of dysregulation. Momentarily, it's great. That's your fight or flight. That's like, you know, it takes care of things. But if you're perpetually putting yourself in fight or flight because you're focusing on things that you cannot, in fact, fix, then all you're doing is completely handicapping yourself and you're hijacking your own energy body for nothing. It's a waste. So become really cognizant about what you're focusing on and get to work attending to your immediate surroundings. It's the most beneficial, the most like gift to society that you can do is to attend to your yard. So, yeah, there's that one. Two Pentacles reversed. Self-care, my friends, get yourself balanced. Be light on your loafers. Have a laugh. That can really be a potent thing too. It can just really giving yourself that opportunity to lighten up and to bring some levity so that you can pivot and be more effective and that your nervous system can regulate, because there's nothing like a good laugh to re-regulate, I can assure you. Okay. Last but not least, if this was your selection, third card, the Five of Cups. This is the crying over spilt milk card. This actually goes into all the other cards this week. There's like an invitation here. Do you need to change mental channels? Are you hyper fixated on what you don't have, on the milk that's spilt, and missing these two upright cups, missing the gifts, the benevolence, the joy, and the what is available to you for love, for goodness, for creativity, for levity, for beauty? I know it feels sometimes almost like maybe, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel a little bit guilty for being happy when I realize that the chunks of the world are in horrible states. But then I recall some of the teachings of my most favorite mentors about how they speak of this timeline of, like, it's our job to anchor. If we are blessed, if we are the fortunate few that are not mired, actually, like when you look out your window, if there's not bombs going off, if there's not like dead bodies flopping over your balcony or whatever, you are one of the fortunate few that are actually in a safe place right now. Even if there is stresses going on, largely we are blessed here. So it's our job to really attune to and anchor in that blessing and that goodness, and attend to the places that in our lives, our personal lives, that do need our loving attention, that do need our compassion, that do need, it's like, go work at a food bank, or go give some food to a homeless person, or offer money to someone who needs it. Like, there are tangible ways that within the scope of what's in your field of influence, you can bring more goodness to the world. You can be in service in some fashion, aligned with the model that you would like to see more of. Because I'm sure most of you, if not all of you on this channel, would love to see a world where it's safe for women and children, where it's safe to love who you love. It's safe to express yourself openly and gently, and where we're not getting picked on and attacked and raped and pillaged and stolen from, right? That's the world I want. I want a world where there's plenty of spaciousness for play, where there's truthfulness, where there's authenticity, where there's plenty of space to be who you really are, and to allow each other to self-organize around our reality, instead of trying to fake it till we make it, or trying to suck it up, but instead to just be who we truthfully are, to be deeply aligned with our heart's deepest wisdom, with our DNA's knowing, and just building a life out from that, that nobody is getting punished for, nobody's getting shamed for. Like, this is so what I do is I'm trying to build a life in my little field of awareness that is aligned with that. And so far, it's going pretty good. I mean, it's got its little issues, whose doesn't? But there's a medicine in that. And that's the invitation with this Five of Cups. So I hope that landed. Like I say, deep dive. You want a reading of your own, you know where to find me. Pinned comment, description, DM me if it's easier. Final nugget of love today. Create that spaciousness for yourself. Check what channel you're focused on mentally. Are you seeking for what's missing, or are you orienteering towards what's present? Are you hyper fixated on what you don't like and stuck there? Or are you taking what you don't like as an invitation to move towards what you do want? And then making a practice of focusing on that, and inviting that in, and pouring your beautiful essence, your precious attention into what you want to build. So I feel like that's last week's message. I'm probably going to harp on this every day forever, because it's so key. Like, this is, and in this new moon, this Aries new moon on the 20th, or whatever it was, the 17th, the sun goes into Taurus on the 20th, the new moon on the 17th. This is such a potent time to set an intention, to make a ritual where you really do call in the version of yourself that already exists, the version of the world that's already there, that you just dial into it. Dial into that more beautiful world your heart knows is possible. Dial into that version of yourself that feels safe, that feels confident, that feels deeply full of gratitude and purpose and presence, and is able and willing to bring that forward to the world, and is met with those that deeply respect and value what you're bringing. Let that, if that resonates, that could be an intention you set. But set whatever works for you. Set an intention on that 17th Maybe you even plant it, like write it down and plant it in the dirt, but really take that time to plant something really big because this is really big. Astrologically, this is like a once in a lifetime kind of new moon. So make it count. Make it count. I know that I love you. I hope you have a beautiful week. And if you want a reading, you know where to find me. In the meantime, know that I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.